Hi guys, thanks for watching out there. Andy here in West Wales with my daily breakdown of all the main astrological movements. We start the day with the moon in Virgo, as it was yesterday, and there's going to be sort of fault finding around that. There's bound to be. People just want to pick out the details and get the details exactly right. That can seem picky. Not everyone's in the mood for that, but that is the way a lot of people are going. The bottom line today is be diplomatic. It comes up several times, so I would be diplomatic to any Virgos who are looking for that. And of course, you don't have to be a Virgo. This is what the moon is doing at the moment, so it might not just be Virgos who do that. The moon doesn't actually go void in UK till tomorrow morning, but it goes void, of course, tonight at 21:58 Pacific, midnight 58 Eastern, and then 5:58 AM here tomorrow. So that is a long way away yet. Then the moon enters Libra eventually. But it's void, of course, for quite a long time, actually, on that one. So the moon's in Virgo. She's 93.2% full. Full moon comes up on the 31st at 5:36 Pacific, 8:36 Eastern, and 13:36. 24 minutes to 2 here in UK. And that is going to be a blue moon, the second full moon that we have had this month. And this is the second month in 2018 when there have been 2 full moons. Remarkable, but you know, we live in strange times, changing times, goodness me. Right at the moment, the moon is trine Saturn. Now, Saturn figures a lot in the chart today, and this is why I'm talking about diplomacy as much as I'm going to. Basically, with the sun squaring Saturn, leaders face a lot of setbacks. We tend to have to accept losses. I mean, leaders tend to have to accept losses, and then the rest of us have to suffer to pay for the leaders' mistakes that got them to make the losses in the first place. But goodness me, bit of politics there, can't go there. Basically, cool diplomacy is what's needed. You know, just keep things at the level of banter if arguments start, and just be as cool as possible and be diplomatic. Think about other people's positions and traditions and what other people believe if you're working with other people. Now, the moon is trine Saturn. That's a thoughtful, practical kind of transit. Again, looking for practical answers. Again, the most practical thing when you're working with other people, or just being with other people generally, is to actually be diplomatic and keep things cool. So that plays into that as well. Mercury, which is retrograde, is square Saturn. So the main thing to do there is keep it real and just be willing to face the facts if they come up. However, anything like that going on around Mercury at the moment is really subject to change. Mercury is actually retrograde until the 15th of April this year, and Jupiter is retrograde as well, of course, at the moment, so nothing is quite what it seems with Mercury, I'll say that. Now, Mars is also involved with Saturn. Mars is conjunct Saturn right now. This tends to make tension rise. In any kind of tense situation, it's likely to become more tense than it sort of deserves to be, or, you know, what is normal, kind of normal level of tension for anything. Again, it's about following the rules, other people's rules in particular if you need to, but certainly following your own rules, that's important too. And being diplomatic, again, just keeping things down so that, you know, someone might really annoy you, but you're more likely to get what you want out of any situation if you're diplomatic and you actually think about what the other person wants, what the other person's looking for. So that, in its way, it's no bad thing, you know. It's a difficult time when Mercury is retrograde, and there are many difficult alignments in astrology. But none of these things are actually meant to punish us or hurt us in any way. It's a lot to do with karma, I suppose. There's a big word, karma. But it has to do with what we attract, and not even in a big cosmic spiritual sense, actually. It's just where we're going in life, you know. If people know we've done a particular job, but we seem to have no experience of it, we're going to come across as someone who's not all that capable, basically, of anything. That's the kind of thing we're talking about, really. Just keep your umbrella up. I think that's the best way. When I joined the Air Force, the sergeant used to say, keep your umbrella up and you won't get anything falling on your head of a nasty, smelly nature. He said it a bit ruder than that, but this is YouTube, you know. I know people swear on YouTube, but I do not. Saturn, you see, heavily involved. It's the most distant planet, the ruling planet of Capricorn, which can be quite a stern sign. It used to be feared a lot, Saturn, in times when people had more fear of the universe, that kind of thing. Not necessarily that it should ever have been feared, but it was. And because of that, when Saturn is in the mix, it tends to offer us some insight into our fears. Again, that's got more to do with what people have thought about Saturn throughout history than anything Saturn actually does. These alignments just make things come along at a particular time. They don't kind of change what anyone deserves or what's meant to come. And I think we should spend a lot more time actually thinking about all the good things that are part of the human condition, rather than what's gone wrong, what everyone deserves. Because it's kind of irrelevant, you know, punishment, that kind of thing. I suppose it's got its place, but the main thing is what people sometimes call transformation, what Doreen Virtue used to call transmutation when she believed in such things. Okay, in the biodynamic cycle, I do go on because I haven't got a clock now, so it gets longer and longer. In the biodynamic cycle, today is a root day. If you're a spiritual worker, send those roots down deep. If you've got anything to do with nature, it's things that put their roots into the soil, potatoes, carrots, that kind of thing. Well, everything puts its roots into the soil, but things that are more rooty than anything else. If you live in part of the world where you can get root beer, I would drink some. I love root beer. We can't get it in the UK, I don't know why. Never been. I had it in Canada in the 70s. Oh, I just love root beer. I'm going to try and get them to ship me a case out there or something, I think. Right, let me see now. Yep, spaceweather.com, haven't done that yet. We're still in quite extreme solar wind at the moment. At the moment, the wind speed is 368.4 kilometres a second, and the proton density is 2.9, so it has reduced a lot. But there is solar wind blowing round, and there's a lot more due to come in tomorrow, the 30th, which is likely to cause polar geomagnetic storms. Certainly, I would think it's going to give us some electronic disturbances as well. That's just the way it is at the moment. And of course, we're still thinking about the Chinese space station, which is due to crash in through the atmosphere and burn up on re-entry very soon indeed. Don't worry about that. It's guaranteed to burn up. It's just too hot up there where they come through. And with that, that's just about the end of it. Let me see. What's happened to my scarf? These scarves don't hang around long, do they? Thanks very much for watching out there, folks. I appreciate it. Thank you everyone who's subscribed. I see that the subscribers are going up, and that's a wonderful thing, actually, to know I can sit here early in the morning, get the word out. The way the internet works, sometime about 20 hours later, you might actually get this. I'm actually doing it early in the morning of the 29th in West Wales, UK, anyway. So thanks for watching. I'm afraid I've got to walk round the back of the camera to switch it off. I appreciate it. Leave me a comment if you like and we'll share the journey. Take it easy. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.